Welcome to On Second Thought. I'm John Price, and I'm here with our pastor, Jay Hackett, where every week we take a deeper dive into life at Peachtree Corners Baptist Church. Whether we're talking about the latest sermon, upcoming events, or just whatever's on Jay's mind, this is your insider look at our church, our staff, and what makes PCBC your church on the corner. So join our conversation as we help you find community, purpose, and growth. Let's get into it. Hello, and welcome to episode 44 of On Second Thought. It is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode today because you're getting here a little bit later than normal, which normally
Thanks
that's me.
Thanks for calling me out. Yeah,
normally that's me. But I mean, if you get to the end of this episode and you're like, gosh, I want more, look back in your feed. I'm sure there are episodes where you're like, boy, will they never end. And
Yeah.
and listen to what we did at the end. So
Absolutely.
you can do it that way. There's
Absolutely.
always enough content.
Yeah.
It's maybe not A+ material, but we are glad that you've joined us. We are towards the end of the marriage series, Built to Last.
Yeah.
Great sermon yesterday. I think next week you said is our last.
Is our wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought we'd wrap that up, kind of coincide directly with our new Grace Marriage kickoff that'll happen next Sunday.
Yes,
So-
it is a perfect passing the baton.
It is.
Kind of
it
thing.
is. And
Relays
so
are
we'll kind of
won or
roll
lost.
right into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a fun Sunday yesterday.
Mhm.
A couple of mishaps with the lights and the sulfur smell that came through. And, it's so funny, when you're on the stage and you're watching this hit, all of the people, it was just so funny to kind of, people are like, what? Oh, God, what is that? And then
Yeah.
they lean over and whisper something to their spouse or whoever's sitting beside them. And when you're on the platform, all you can do is go, I got to land this plane. I mean,
Yeah.
I got to get it down as quick as possible, without too much damage and wreckage to what we've been talking about. But you could just tell, man, I zero time left. I was like, land the plane, eject.
Well, Disney has this thing they call five sensing. And
Yes.
it is,
Yeah.
if you can experience something, if they can create something where it's, the five senses, it really captures and you feel more into it. And so I think that's what we were
We were
doing.
attempting. We
Yeah.
failed,
Well,
unless that was the smell we wanted.
it involved that sense. And, the Shrek movie where Donkey's like, man, I had my mouth open and everything. It's kind of all five senses were used. But no, I don't think that hopefully didn't get in the way of the message that you brought. You kind of focused on this idea of, in our culture, divorce is just kind of an easy thing. It's like, it might be, I think I've married the wrong person,
Mm-hmm. or
we're just different people now than when we got married.
Correct.
There's the 77s was one of my favorite Christian bands in high school, and there's a song called The Perfect Blues, and it says, if you're looking for the perfect man or boy, forget it, babe, we're all jerks. That idea of there's nobody perfect out there. If you're looking for the perfect person, the problem is you're not the perfect person.
Correct.
And the point you made that marriage, part of marriage is about someone helping us become
Absolutely.
who God created us to be.
Correct.
And for us to help them become who God created them to be. So,
Yeah. And I wanted to point out that this is not that, I'll change him.
Right,
or I'll
yeah.
change her.
That
She'll
was just
become,
hilarious. Right.
What I need them to become, because it's not about us. It's not about what we think. It's like, okay, am I an encourager? Am I someone who is drawing them closer to Christ? Are they closer to Christ because they're with me? I think that was the most convicting question that came across yesterday in the sermon, but just this weekend studying, or this past weekend studying, it was just sitting there going, is my wife closer to Jesus because she married me?
Right.
Right. Are my kids closer to Jesus because they grew up around me? They saw me, they watched me, and it's just that very convicting thing of going, okay, well, how am I treating her? Am I treating her like Christ?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
am I being sacrificial? Am I willing to be the first to run and forgive? Am I the one that's willing to show grace and mercy? And, you know, I said yesterday, when you have two people who are willing to lose, it's awesome. It's like, I want to lose first, you know, and which is just such a foreign concept
Right.
to most of us because, by God, I want to win. And
yeah, well, I mean, the natural, normal, broken human filter is it's all about me.
it's me.
So everything is in the context. Every relationship is what do I get out of it?
Mhm.
And sadly, even in the church, our marriages, it is filtered through I deserve better,
Yeah.
or you know, and marriage. You know that question: did I marry the wrong
Did I
person?
marry? Mhm.
Everyone has asked that at
Yeah.
some point,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Except us.
Right. We've never asked. No, I was talking with April about it yesterday, and it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, that's just part of it. Is like, what in the world? And you know, but God uses marriage to help us grow, to help
Mhm.
us to get closer. And it, you know, your question: are my kids closer? Is my wife closer? And you know, it's one of those. You know, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. It's maybe you look back and you're like, no, I did not draw my wife or my family closer to Christ, but now I can
Now.
I can make an effort now, and not even, you know, the effort so much, because we talk about
Yeah.
fruit. It's not our work
It's-
or our
yeah,
willpower,
yeah.
but it's, you know, submitting to God
Submission.
and leading through example that way.
Yeah.
But God
Well,
can redeem that.
He can, and he wants to, you know, and that's that part down at the bottom where he talked about there in Ephesians 5, you know, he goes, I know this is kind of weird, but I'm actually talking about Christ in the church.
Right.
You know, and this is a visual. This is a picture of the gospel. This is picture of being redeemed. There's this picture of grace and mercy and forgiveness and love it's not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
It's a daily thing.
Right.
And it's a choice.
Yeah.
You know, we have to choose patience when we're frustrated. We have to choose forgiveness when we're hurt. We have to make those choices, and we go, well, I can't. And you go, no, you can't unless you're fully surrendered to Christ. And
Right.
you just say, God, give me the ability to forgive in this situation, because everything in me wants to throw it in their face and bring it back up. You know, I mean, we have long memories, I think, a lot of times, and
Towards others.
towards others,
Not in
towards
ourselves.
no,
Right,
no, well,
right.
we didn't do anything wrong. So,
Yeah.
you know, but we have
Yeah.
this idea that, that happened 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, but it's still like it happened yesterday sometimes in our mind. And
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, how do I got to release this. I can't keep bringing it back up, right? If love keeps no record of wrongs, as you know, Paul told us in Corinthians 13, we do. And so it's like, all right, my love's not big enough yet because I'm still keeping the record.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, how do I, you know, I'm the one always losing.
Right.
And I need to win.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when things start getting ugly.
Yeah. What are those usual suspects that you drag out, that you've been holding on, that keep coming out in conversations or arguments where you keep bringing up where your partner failed or blew it, or, you know, and that's not a way to build trust or unity, or is, you know, that idea of forgive and forget is, you know, you just love them, you're sacrificial, and part of sacrifice is saying, you know, yeah, that hurt me, it wounded me. And, you know, God can heal that in me.
Yes.
And I can, you know, have certain boundaries, but at the same time, I'm helping this person become who God wants them to be. And God can do miraculous things that, you know, you were saying, people that listen to their friends or was like, I don't know why you're still in that marriage. And those folks are that influence, that is that natural worldly influence that implies this can't change. God cannot change.
Correct.
The person.
No hope.
And sometimes it's, you know, it's Christian friends, it's church friends.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're dealing with that. And they're thinking through that earthly filter. But God is a God of redemption and miracles. And yeah. So I was listening, I told you this morning on, I think it was on Facebook on some of the reels, and the comedian Jeff Allen was talking about what saved his marriage. He was an atheist, and just through a series of events and really coming to the bottom of himself and the end of his rope and almost a divorce, how God just kind of rescued that. And I put that on my Facebook account. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you can see that, or probably just look up Jeff Allen and his testimony. Yeah. Very powerful.
Awesome.
I mean, so good. So
how
good.
God does that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And I think you got to learn to maybe, I don't know, this thought or this feeling that conflict is a negative. I think so many people carry that of saying, if I married the right one, or if this was going the way it should be, we will never have conflict in our marriage.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's always viewed as such a negative. And it's like, oh my gosh, we've got bigger issues because this has come up. And it's like, no. It's like yesterday, you know, there's two rocks rubbing together that goes, okay, how do you know, as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another, kind of a mentality of going, if we're not rubbed up against something that irritates us a little bit, nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the doctor told me on my thumb. I was like, my thumb's still the nerves on this. She goes, get 5 different textures and irritate it. Rub up against it, because what it's going to do is it's going to bring back sensation and it's going to bring back what you need inside of your thumb to be able to feel everything and not have delayed reaction.
Wow.
Like when you hit it on something and then 2 seconds later, it's like, ow, that hurt, you know?
Right.
But it was just that whole thought. She goes, irritation's good. And it's kind of was in the back of my mind as we're thinking through some of these things that, you know, sometimes it is good to have a little bit of friction that rubs up against it and challenges some things. And we just go, okay, maybe we've gotten comfortable, you know, and comfortable it, and hope we figure it out. You know, I'm glad Jesus didn't sit in heaven and go, hey, maybe they'll figure it out. You know, I'm going to sit here and stay in my comfort, stay in the quality of being with the Father and hope they get it, you know, kind of a thing. But he said, no, I'm going to step into this. And
well, and you probably heard the one of the Chinese words for conflict means opportunity. And it is an opportunity. It provides an opportunity for growth.
Correct.
For curiosity, for, you know, seeing what maybe lies below the surface that needs to be dealt with. Yeah. So, yeah. And there are just no marriages. There's no, I think, was it Benjamin Franklin said a perfect life is one without pain, but I disagree with that. As much as it's not fun, pain is that thing that does make us stronger and grow us and all that. So,
well, and I saw a meme yesterday that said, you know, we are often praying for God to remove us from a circumstance that he's the one that put us in to change us. You know, and it's like, oh, I didn't think about that, you know, or on that level of, oh, God, I really wish I could get out of this. And he's going, I'm the one that put you there because I want to grow you here in the middle of this. And, you know.
Yeah, it's the James 1, 2, the consider it all joy, because what God is doing, you know, can do through that experience with you. So we do start Grace Marriage this Sunday. It's a once a month meeting time, but it's for couples. We'll meet. We have over 91, I believe, couples. Correct. Right around there. We're meeting in the worship center after the service, where we'll watch a video and have some discuss with our spouse some different things. And so we're looking forward to a neat series with that that will take place during the life group hour.
And we are kind of packed in our time. So I think it's important that, you know, when the service releases, you know, maybe you need to use the restroom, grab a new cup of coffee, but to be right back into the worship center, because we are starting right at 10:45 in order for us to get the full hour and 25, hour and 30 in on those Sundays. And so and particularly this Sunday, we have our volunteer banquet that night. That evening.
On Sunday night. So, you know, moving from that, and then actually my life group has, we're doing a wedding shower for Emily Hull.
Nice.
So we're doing it right after that. And then my team will be in there for the kitchen around 2:30, for the volunteer banquet at 5:30. And so it'll be a full day.
Yeah.
But, It's going to be a great day.
It'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it and watching how God uses this. And, the fact that 91 of our couples, I think our church sees the importance of really saying this is worth my time and effort.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to, don't know what's going to be around the bend, but we're gonna do this together. So we can grow and be steadfast and be couples that stay no matter what.
Yeah,
so.
No, that's good. I'm looking forward to hearing some testimonies from this.
Yeah.
Because my wife, her background is in counseling, and she was like, you just never know what's going on behind closed doors, and so we don't know what people struggle with. We don't know the challenges, but we know that our God is a God who heals. And so I know that we're going to have some neat testimonies that will strengthen families and strengthen our church and our community as well.
Absolutely.
So, well, that's great. We've got, like I said, the Volunteer Banquet Sunday. Next Wednesday night, not this Wednesday, we're doing barbecue for our Wednesday meal. You don't want to miss the next Wednesday because we're doing Cajun Nite. I'll be making chicken and sausage gumbo. We'll have some other stuff, I think beignets, but it's going to be a great meal. So sign up for that by Monday at lunch online through the app. And we have a great time with those. Our team just does a good job. It's a lot of work.
It is.
We did one of the meals for the youth thing this weekend, and I think I put about 6 hours of prep time into it. I could not be there for serving, so two of my ladies did that. They put easily 6 hours of time into serving and cleanup and all that. I mean, it just takes a lot. So, but it is an opportunity for the ministries and for our people to enjoy fellowship with each other.
Absolutely.
So anyways, if you would like to help out with the kitchen team, boy, do we need it. Yeah, we need folks at every level, whether you know what you're doing in the kitchen or not. We can teach you, we can use you. But that's it for this morning. We have had, hope you've had a good weekend. It's been a good weekend here at church. We've got a busy week coming up and a great fully packed Sunday next Sunday as well. But thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless.
Well, that's it for this episode of On Second Thought. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. If you have a question or thought, drop it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to find out more about your church on the corner, check us out at pcbchurch.org. We'll be back next week with more. So until then, have a great week and God bless.